Welcome to a brand new episode of the Genuine ScLoHo Media and Marketing Podcast. My name is Scott Howard, also known as ScLoHo. This is an ongoing collection of media, marketing, and personal insights with a fresh update nearly every week since 2017. This is the audio recording of an article that you can read at my website, scotthoward.me, online at scotthoward.me. Altogether, I published over 1,600 articles, and this one is titled, Radio Works for Retailers. The email headline in my inbox last month read, AM/FM radio delivers results for retailers this holiday season. Well, I've got the highlights and insight from this report from Westwood1.com. The data comes from multiple credible research companies like Nielsen, Edison, and others. The celebration of Thanksgiving and Black Friday marked the start of the biggest shopping seasons of the year. With money on the table, both brick and mortar and e-commerce retailers need to capture consumer attention. AM/FM radio advertising drives retail results. AM/FM radio is highly effective at reaching these potential customers during the holidays with a massive 77% of adult average weekly reach regardless of the season, according to Nielsen research. In the week leading up to Thanksgiving, 77% of all adults ages 18 and older are reached by AM/FM radio. 78% of those same adults are reached during the week of Christmas, making AM/FM radio the prime advertising vehicle for reaching shoppers trying to find those last-minute gifts. Now, first off, despite the perception of radio dying, it's not. Typically, 77% of adults listen to radio every week, year-round. In my 21 years of working in the advertising side of radio in Fort Wayne, Indiana, with insider access to rating data, I've seen radio listenership remain pretty steady for the past 2 decades. Meanwhile, other traditional media like broadcast and cable TV have had some major disruptions, and the local newspaper business is nearly dead compared to even a decade ago. What about all the alternatives to listening to traditional AM/FM radio? What about all the online shopping? Yes, people are also listening to podcasts, and they're buying from Amazon. However, the impact is minimal for local businesses. Here's some more data from that article. AM/FM radio is the on-the-go medium, reaching consumers close to the point of purchase. 65% of all AM/FM radio listening occurs away from home, according to Nielsen. Advertisers who invest in AM/FM radio are reaching consumers at a critical time when purchase decisions are being made. When consumers are in their car, 86% of ad-supported audio time spent goes to AM/FM radio. Podcast listening clocks in at just 7%. Finally, let's connect radio listener habits with advertising results. AM/FM radio has a proven track record for retail, it says. Well, according to multiple Nielsen return on an advertising investment studies, AM/FM radio generates an average of $16 of retail sales for every dollar of radio advertising. The report has all kinds of stats, but instead of boring you with all those numbers, I've got a couple of stories from businesses that I've worked with this year. There's a financial planner who just kicked off his 30th consecutive year on WOWO radio. There's a furniture upholstery shop that has been on WOWO for more than 25 years. The glass shop that's been on WOWO for almost 5 decades. Then the newer advertising partners like my dentist who began on WOWO in 2020 when we were in the midst of a pandemic, and within 4 years has increased their ad spend by a multiple of 5. The sandwich shop that is using WOWO and our sister stations to invite hungry listeners to visit their new location. It's all working. All these business advertising partners are only using WOWO radio and our sister stations because of the results. Not just during the holidays, but year-round. Would you like to know more? Contact me, Scott at WOWO.com, Scott at WOWO.com. And of course, if you have any questions about advertising and marketing that you don't know who to ask, you can ask me. Email Scott at WOWO.com.
Podcasts by Federated Media.